Hello, my name is Melita. Welcome to my ESL channel. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to my Wednesday word game stream. Today's topic is school. And so the Wednesday word game stream, when I first started doing the Eikaiwa stream, I would have one section where I would give discussion questions and we would answer them. And then the second half of the stream, I would do a word guessing game. But I kind of felt like maybe that was too much to do in one stream. So I decided to separate the content and have it on a different day. So this is the first Wednesday word game stream. And we'll be playing that guessing game today. So this is similar to a game we have in America called Taboo, which is you pick a card and you try and describe the word that's on the card so that your teammates can guess what the word is. So we're going to be doing that, but the purpose is, of course, to practice English. So it's less about being able to guess the word and more about understanding the hints that I'm going to give you. So, because the hints are meant to teaching you vocabulary and just to help you practice listening and all of that. Can you guess the word? I'll give you 3 hints. So today it's only 5 words. And so the rule is you can use a dictionary or even an online translator. That's fine, because I don't know what your level of English is. So it's fine. You can look things up. So, but the answer you give has to be in English. So don't answer in Japanese or whatever your native language is. So just make sure the word that you say is the English word. Word number 1. So the first hint is, this thing is yellow. This thing is yellow. This thing is yellow. So, これは黄色い? So, hint number 2. If you look inside, you will see many students. If you look inside, you will see many students. If you look inside, you will see many students. So, 中に見たら学生がいる. So there are students inside of this thing. Next, last hint. It's a vehicle that drives on the road. It's a vehicle that drives on the road. It's a vehicle that drives on the road. So the word vehicle, that's just a general term we use for anything that is a car or a truck or a bus. So this thing 運転できる. これは運転できる. So, to review the hints, this thing is yellow. It's 黄色い. If you look inside, you will see students. So, 学生が中にいる. It's a vehicle that drives on the road. 運転できる. So can you guess what it is? It's a school bus. A school bus. I think in Japan, everybody walks to school by themselves, or they might take the train, or maybe they'll use the public bus. But most public schools in America, they'll have a school bus that will pick the children up. Especially if it's younger children, like elementary school, But for middle school and for high school, you do have a bus that will come and pick you up. But if you live really close to the school, then they might make you find your own way to school. So you might have to ride your bike, you might have to walk, or your parents might drop you off, or maybe you'll take the public bus. But for me, when I was in high school, I lived far enough away that me and my brother, we got to ride the bus to school. But in high school, usually around 11th grade, which is the third year of high school for American students, that's around the time when students are able to get their driver's license. So high schools, you actually have a parking lot for student cars because the older students will have a driver's license and maybe they own their own car or they're using a car their parents gave them. So yeah, some high school students might be able to drive themselves to school and they don't need a school bus. And you have to be very careful with school buses because when they stop, all the other cars have to stop too. Like if they're stopping to let students out of the bus, all other cars have to stop. Because it's dangerous, because you have children getting on the bus or getting off the bus, and kids don't always pay attention, so you don't want cars hitting them. So there's actually a stop sign that will, it's like connected to the side of the bus, and when the driver flips a switch, it'll actually appear, and all drivers will know, oh, okay, the bus is stopping, and students are actually going to either get on the bus or get off the bus. So you have to stop. Like it's a rule. So make sure you're careful if you're driving and you see a school bus and you're in America. Yeah, just be very careful. Word number 2. Hint number 1. This is a large room in a school. This is a large room in a school. This is a large room in a school. 学校には大きい部屋。Hint number 2. There are many tables and chairs, but no desks. There are many tables and chairs, but no desks. There are many tables and chairs, but no desks. テーブルと椅子がいっぱいあるけど、机がない。この部屋には。So, hint number 3. People eat food in this room. People eat food in this room. People eat food in this room. So, この部屋で食べ物を食べる。普通に。To review the hints. This is a large room in a school. There are many tables and chairs, but no desks. People eat in this room. So, can you guess what the word is? Answer, a cafeteria. So a cafeteria, it's a place where students usually will eat their lunch. So, but a cafeteria, it's not only found in schools. Hospitals usually will have cafeterias. A hospital is a building that's open 24 hours. So you can have a cafeteria in many different places, not just schools. For me, when I was in high school, I never ate in the cafeteria. Because students, obviously, you can bring your own food. And in high school, you're not required to eat in the cafeteria. They pretty much let you eat anywhere. During lunch, you're actually allowed to leave school grounds. So, but the rule is different for each school. But for my high school, I think once you became a sophomore, you could leave campus. So if you wanted to go home, you could go home and eat lunch. Or if you wanted to go to McDonald's or Subway, you could go. Or you could eat in classrooms. Like there are some teachers who they were okay with students eating in the classroom during lunch. So yeah, so you don't have to only eat in the cafeteria, but it would probably depend on the school, because every school in America has different rules. They're not all the same. But cafeteria food in America is usually gross. It's usually disgusting and unhealthy. So you probably should bring your own lunch. So word number 3. It's a very important event at American high schools. A very important event at American high schools. A very important event at American high schools. So I'm not really sure how to translate that, but let's just say it's daiji. It's very daiji to American high school students, especially if you're a senior and it's not graduation. I'll just say that now. Hint number 2. All the students who attend this event dress in fancy clothes. All the students who attend this event dress in fancy clothes. All the students who attend this event dress in fancy clothes. I'm not sure how you would say fancy clothes in Japanese, but yeah. How would you say? Yeah, I'm not sure how to say fancy clothes, but you dress nice. It's a formal event. So the boys, they might wear tuxedos, or they'll wear like a dress shirt and a tie. The girls will wear very, very nice dresses and nice shoes, and they'll wear makeup and get their hair done and wear jewelry. And usually before you go to the event, the students will take pictures together. So last hint, at this event, there's lots of dancing. At this event, there's lots of dancing. At this event, there's lots of dancing. So, dance. So to review, it's a very important event at American high schools, and the event is really important for seniors. And it's not graduation. All the students who attend this event dress in fancy clothes, so it's a formal event. At this event, there's lots of dancing, and they might even have a DJ with music. So the answer is prom. So I don't know if you're familiar with prom. I'm also not sure if other countries have something similar to this, but this is something that, yeah, it's very important for American high school students. Word number 4. Hint number 1. It's a subject that students study. It's a subject that students study. It's a subject that students study. So, 勉強。So, 生徒たちが普通に勉強する。これ。Hint number 2. The subject involves lots of numbers. The subject involves lots of numbers. The subject involves lots of numbers. 数字。Last hint. It teaches students how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. It teaches students how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. It teaches students how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So I actually don't know how to say any of these things in Japanese. But yeah, that's the hint you get. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. So if you look on a calculator, you'll see things related to adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So to review, it's a subject that students study. It's a subject that students study. The subject involves lots of numbers. It teaches students how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Answer: math. 数学. So I hate math. It's my least favorite subject. So this is the last word. Hint number 1. A cylinder-shaped object that's usually white. A cylinder-shaped object that's usually white. A cylinder-shaped object that's usually white. Yeah, I'm not sure how to translate cylinder shape, but 普通に白い、これは。So hint number 2. This object is used to write. This object is used to write. This object is used to write. 書ける。これは。書ける。You can write with it. Last hint. If you touch this object, your hand will be covered in powder that's the same color as the object. If you touch this object, your hand will be covered in powder that's the same color as the object. If you touch this object, your hand will be covered in powder that's the same color as the object. To review the hints, it's a cylinder-shaped object that's usually white, but it can be other colors. This object is used to write. If you touch this object, your hand will be covered in powder that's the same color as the object. So do you know the answer? Chalk. The answer is chalk. So chalk that's what a cylinder looks like. The shape that chalk is when you first take it out of the box and it's brand new and you haven't used it yet, that's a cylinder. So that was the last word. I hope that was fun, and I hope you guys were able to guess some of the words. So on Friday we'll be having the book club stream, and I will be reviewing chapter 1 of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's a book by C.S. Lewis. It's very famous. So we won't be reading the book during the stream. That's your homework, 宿題. Your homework is to read chapter 1. I'll try and post the questions a little early so that people can look at the questions before the stream starts. So if they want to prepare their answers, they can. That's all for now. Thanks for coming to the stream, and I'll see you next time. またね. Bye bye. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. For more English practice content, you can follow me on Twitter. See you in the next video.